Good morning. Today on Real People Talk, what do you do when now you've been trying to co-parent and now the other parent finally wants to step up and do what he's supposed to be doing after you've been saying this for a while, you've been talking about this, you found yourself preaching to the choir. Now you have no choice but to now you got to step and let him step up. But you've found yourself pushing him away because you saw how he was. You saw how much he wanted to be participating in the raising and training of you all's children. It can be difficult. Having kids is a full-time responsibility. From the time they're born until, y'all excuse me, the time they're born until the time they leave your house for college, they are your responsibility. You have to make sure that when they become of school age, they getting up and going to school. They are getting dressed for school. They taking showers. They have everything they need as far as school supplies. That you checking their book bag, and if you got kids like mine, you have to check their book bag because when you get phone calls about the child and brought in drug paraphernalia or something that you know you don't have that in your house, so you know they didn't find it at your house. You like, what you doing bringing this in school? And then you going through their book bag and you see a list of people they dislike, and you thinking, okay, it's okay not to like people. You ain't gonna like everybody, but you run around here with a list of people on this list that's telling me that you might do something to them if you were left alone in a room with them. And other than fight them, I'm concerned. I wouldn't tell my kids it's not okay to defend themselves. You need to stand up for yourself, even as an adult. Not standing up for yourself is very bad because people walk all over you, even as an adult, and they do it as a child. But as a kid, you have to restrict yourself to who you stand up to. As far as other students, I ain't gonna let no other student put their hands on me. You're not going. You're not. But yesterday, my kid's father called himself trying to get on me and go off on me, and he just called himself coming for me about the raising and training of our kids, and I just felt like he wanted to be in competition with me, and I just felt like from day one it was always about who was the better parent, who was going to raise him better, who was going to have him looking better as far as dress and hair and all that, and I'm thinking, we supposed to be working together. Right now, you act like you working against the enemy. I mean, I'm confused. So how you gonna talk to me like that? I've been the same one that's been taking care of them, regardless if they got brand new stuff all the time or not. They had what they needed. I'm the same one that's been right here from day one when you went off and did what you did. So it was like, you gonna talk about me? You need to talk about yourself. You got no room to talk about me, and you just was like, well, they be getting whoopings more over here. Well, you didn't whoop them too much this summer. You had them for 3 weeks. And then when you found out he was out here doing stuff he had no business doing, then you had to step up and get him. You been lax with your discipline. But you came for me. He came for me hard, y'all. I have never seen an adult talk to me the way he did. And then to come in my Facebook inbox and say that type of stuff. You all, I was like, this is not a conversation for Facebook inbox. You need to talk to me. You need to call me on the regular phone, and we need to talk like adults. We just sound like two people arguing over Facebook Messenger and then voice recordings at that. So I'm like, okay, how you sound? How you sound and how you look? He knew better, and he just did all that purposely to see what I was going to say back. And I wasn't going to sit here and take it off of him. So I spoke up. I spoke back to him, and I told him what I felt and what I saw. I said a lot of DeAndre and Tashina's disciplinarian problems are happening at school because the teacher don't have discipline and order of them in the room. I can tell them every day. When we go to school, we keep our hands and feet to ourselves. When we get on the bus, we sit down. We don't be standing up. We don't put our feet in the seat. We keep our book bag on. This is stuff you tell your kids every day. You can discipline your children at home, But when they get to school, they get around other kids, and outside influences will make a person behave good or badly. And some kids will follow, other kids will lead. And I've seen that, even with my own son. With my son, I've seen him get around his friends and stuff they're allowed to do at home. He think he can come home and do it at home. So it's been up to me to say, no, you're not doing that. So I had to talk to him, I had to whoop him, I had to do a little bit of both. But he didn't want to hear that. Their dad felt like you should, spare the rod. You shouldn't spare the rod. You need to provoke that rod. You need to about beat him down. I'm not going to beat my child into a coma because he's being bad. I'm going to whoop him for what he's doing. But I need to whoop him and let him know this is what I need to let him know why I'm whooping you. But I don't want to harm you to the point you got marks and bruises on you, because that's not fair to me, or that's not fair to you. You're the child. That's got to be on your body, not me. I don't got to walk around with them bruises and whelps. And I'm not trying to have the people in my business because I disciplined him and they felt like I disciplined them too hard. So I said, hey, I took away things. Took away outdoor time. I said, you cannot be out here playing. But kids will be kids. And, he was just a boy being a boy, experimenting and wanting to see. So he took something that wasn't found in my house. And, of course, the school thought that I did the action that this bowl was used for. And I said, oh, hold on. I don't do that. I barely drink wine, and if I do, that's off the clock and away from my kids. I would rather take them to the center than be toe up in front of them. I don't do that. But you guys have a blessed day, and y'all be blessed.